Once somebody has given you their name and email address, this is the time when they will finally get whatever you promised them. Remember the incentive that we talked about? It could be an ebook, webinar, video, whatever the hell you're offering, right? It's that special thing that made them want to enter their name and email address in the first place. So let's just call that thing as mechanism. Okay. Now, as I said, it could be a video, ebook, webinar, 3-day event, whatever. Right. Now, so far, let's suppose you got, 100 people over here, or let's suppose 1,000 people. Okay. And now, out of this, 20%, 200 people have decided to give you their name and email address. Now, what ends up happening is these 200 people will, then hopefully consume whatever you are offering. It could be, let's suppose, the ebook that you have. It could be maybe attending the webinar that you have. It could be the 3-day event that you have, right? And what will happen is, let's suppose if you're giving like an ebook, the chances is that, most people would actually consume that ebook because, it's like easily available and they would just simply scroll. They would be able to download it, and it's like a lot less time commitment. But if you're, let's suppose, doing a live webinar, out of these 200 people, maybe you can expect only 100 people to show up, right? Which is very much the case, which means 50% show up. Okay. Or maybe if you're doing a 3-day event, you could expect people even lesser than this to show up. Why? Because again, as I said, time commitment is a lot higher, right? Now, if that is the case, and the metric that you can aim for is that 50% of these people who are entering their information, at least, okay, 50% should end up consuming whatever the hell you're offering. Because if this consumption rate, right, is less than 50%, then guess what? Most of the people who are actually entering their information are choosing not to even consume what you are offering. And guess what? There is so much leakage over here. Because let's suppose out of these 200 people, you only had 100 people to actually show up, or 100 people to actually consume. Then guess what? The remaining 100 people, even though you have their contact information, have never ever even heard about you. So forget sales. And you know what? A lot of people at this stage, they're like, oh, it's Mark Zuckerberg's fault, it's Sundar Pichai's fault, because of which this is happening, right? They don't even understand this whole concept, right? So this is what you must understand. Now, if less than 50% of the people are actually, consuming whatever you're offering, the simple reason is whatever you're offering sucks, or is just not compelling enough for them to actually give that time commitment, right? Because as soon as they enter their name and email information and they start seeing a little bit more about what exactly is this about, because half of the time people on the social media and all these websites and email, they're like they're so distracted, there's so many things going on, they just keep entering the name and email address on every single thing. Like an average adult sees thousands of ads and so many marketing pieces of content every single day. So definitely they just end up actually even giving their name and email. But when they actually give their name and email, if they still do not end up consuming what you have, because once they actually get serious and they start studying it and they like actually start reading it or start thinking, okay, now I have to attend this webinar or attend this 3-day event or read this ebook or whatever, they're like, yeah, this is boring, it's just not compelling enough, or they just drop off. Or maybe, they get a notification about a cat meme that their friend sent and they get interested on that. Or maybe, they get a call from a family member and they start chatting and they forget about whatever you're doing, right? So the first thing is, what you can do is, if enough people are not showing up, then you really need to think about, how can I go about testing more ebooks? How can I make the content of it a lot better so that people are interested? How can I make the packaging of my webinar a lot better? How can I make the packaging of my 3-day event better? How can I make the packaging of my video sales letter a lot better so that more than 50% of the people are actually consuming what I have to do? And again, how do you do it? Is go talk to your market, understand, hey, what did you not like about, like all these people who are entering their details? Just give them a call. and ask them, hey, I noticed that you actually, signed up for this thing, but I noticed that you didn't even consume it. Can I ask you, what did you not like about it? Or if you are like, Rohan, no, I don't want to call, go to Google Forms, create a simple survey form and just send it to them and ask them, hey, I noticed that you actually signed up, but did not actually end up, consuming it. So I'm just curious, like what happened? Can you please fill out this quick survey? It has like 3-4 questions. Get that information and improve this. And guess what? You will now be in a position to actually make a lot more money, right? Because more people are now consuming what you do. The second thing that you can consider doing is install follow-up. Even if you have the best thing that you're offering, right? As I told you, people get distracted, a lot of things happening. So what you can do is, you can remind these people by setting email reminders. You can even send them a WhatsApp reminder. You could use something called as retargeting ads. Okay, where you can get these people to recall, hey, you actually ended up giving me your information and signing up for this valuable thing, but you did not consume it. Go back, check it out. Go back, check it out. And every time they open an email, every time they open WhatsApp, every time they open some social media, you are there. You are reminding them to go and check this out. And hopefully when you do this, your consumption rate or your show up rate would be a lot higher than what you would actually anticipate it to, right?